Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're thinking to yourself right now, didn't Lauren already do the 5 brands that excite me and 5 that don't tag? Yes, I did. I posted it maybe a couple of weeks ago now, and I shared 5 makeup brands that I'm really into and 5 that I'm really just not very excited by, and you guys seem to enjoy it a lot. And also asked if I could do the tag again, but this time share specifically my thoughts towards skincare brands. Now, in case you're new here and haven't been watching my videos for a while, I'm a total nut for skincare. I really enjoy skincare. I think it is so important when it comes to your complete beauty routine to take really good care of your skin. Makeup is fun, but like, the canvas underneath, that's what matters most. So I really enjoy skincare a lot, and I have a mildly ridiculous collection of various products, which I actually shared a whole video about. I'll link it up here in the cards if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, needless to say, I have quite a few thoughts, opinions on skincare brands. There are many of which that I'm really into, and many that I also think are not so great. So if you'd like to learn more about the 5 skincare brands that excite me most and 5 that I really couldn't care less about, we're about to get into it. I do want to preface this video by saying though that I am purposefully excluding Derma E and Pixi from this whole list. I do really enjoy both of those brands, but I get sent a lot of their products in PR, so I feel like they kind of have like an unfair advantage in a way. Like, of course I'm excited by both of those brands because I've had the opportunity to try a lot from both of them and I have enjoyed a ton of stuff from both of those brands. But I just feel like for the purpose of this video, I want to talk more about brands that I don't receive PR from, that I have to purchase with my own money, and which ones I'm most into and most likely to buy versus the ones that I'm like least likely to buy. So why don't we start things off on a positive note and talk about the 5 brands that I am most excited about first. So the first brand that really excites me is Pharmacy. I remember when this brand first came to Sephora, and like from the moment I laid eyes on it, I was sucked in. And I will willingly and freely admit that I am a person that shops with my eyes first, for better or worse. Like, I'm sucked in by the aesthetic, and just their whole packaging is like super cute and kind of almost like apothecary rustic, and they have like wood caps on some of their jars. Like, it's really cute. I love the fact that it's like their whole name is a play on words because it's pharmacy, you know, farm, not instead of a PH. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a person that loves plants and flowers and nature. Like, I just really like their vibe and the fact that they're kind of more sustainability focused and that they believe in sourcing their ingredients from local farms and they're cruelty free and they use more plant-based ingredients, and just like everything about them I think seems really cool. It's very intriguing to me, and a lot of their launches have called my name. Like, I've wanted to purchase many things from the brand, and I haven't had the opportunity to try too much yet because they are a little bit higher price point wise, so I haven't really had the funds to just like buy a whole bunch of their stuff, but they have 100% been on my radar. Their Green Clean Cleansing Balm, I absolutely love. I got to try that in a BoxyCharm box, so that was really awesome. And actually, I am so jazzed that they're sending the Honeymoon Glow in BoxyLuxe for June. My box apparently has shipped, but it hasn't arrived yet. I'm not sure exactly when it's gonna get here, but that is the product in that box I am honestly most excited to try. As soon as I saw that serum launch, maybe like a year or so ago, I wanted to try it. It sounded super amazing because I'm really into alpha hydroxy acids, but it's like almost $60, so I just could not justify spending the money on it at the time, and then I just had a bunch of other skincare to use up, so it just is one of those things. It's been sitting on my Sephora wish list for freaking forever, and now I'll finally get to try it, which is totally amazing. The second brand that excites me is Herbivore Botanicals. Again, and you'll see it's kind of a theme, like I'm really into more clean ingredients in my skincare, so Herbivore definitely is much more clean, plant-based. They really minimize like the synthetic chemicals that they put into their products, and their aesthetic is just beautiful. Their packaging is very minimalistic with like the clean white labels, and then their products all are just these really pretty colors, and so when you look at like their whole line sitting on a shelf, it's just like this gorgeous, enticing rainbow of skincare goodness, and I just like want to put it all on my face. Again, they're another brand that's kind of up there price point wise, so I haven't tried a whole lot yet, but like their reviews all seem really good. So much is intriguing to me. Like I would love to get my hands on pretty much everything in their line. You guys may know I did get a sample of their emerald oil to try out during like the Sephora VIB sale, and I really enjoy it a lot. It's a hemp-based oil. It's super lightweight, so for someone with oily skin like me, it's actually worked out really nicely. I like to use it as a bedtime moisturizer, and my skin seems to be like very calmed, and like redness, texture, etc. has been reduced since I've been using it, so that is awesome. I'm just like scrolling through their website right now, and honestly, there's not like a single thing here I wouldn't try. Okay, maybe the beard tonic. I don't really need beard tonic, so we can skip over that. But yeah, Herbivore definitely just calls to me in all of the ways. I feel like I trust their formulations. I feel like they're trying to make things that are really nice quality. They're beautiful to look at. They're potent. They work, and I just, it makes me wish I had an unlimited budget and an unlimited lifespan so I could just like try and appreciate everything that they make, you know? Brand number 3 that excites me is perhaps the priciest of all, but again, I feel like consistently delivers on quality, and that is Drunk Elephant. I cannot deny being super excited and intrigued by everything that Drunk Elephant launches. I again feel like their brand owner is super committed to providing like really high quality skincare products with really potent ingredients, and like the packaging, again, it's very modern, it's sleek, it's cute with like the white and the different colors, but it's all designed to like protect the formulations to ensure that they stay potent and fresh as long as possible. They all have light blocking bottles, which is awesome. So I just feel like for a brand that does charge a premium on their skincare products, at least you know you're getting something good. Like I feel like they are doing the best that they can to give you the best quality skincare possible. And I, again, haven't disliked anything that I've tried from the brand thus far. I haven't purchased anything in full size. Everything I've tried from them has been a mini, either a sample or a mini set that I've purchased, but I've liked all of it a lot. The Framboos Glycolic Night Serum was really fantastic. The Sukari Baby Facial is a little intense. It definitely like will burn the crap out of your skin, but it will leave it looking pretty like baby smooth if you use it regularly. As far as what I want to try from the brand, their Proteini Polypeptide Cream, I am like, ooh, I really want to get my hands on that. I've been really enjoying peptides in skincare. Now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I am learning to appreciate anti-aging skincare in a whole new way. So that one sounds really intriguing to me. So yeah, even though it's crazy pricey and probably totally out of my price range, Drunk Elephant is definitely one of the skincare brands that I find myself gravitating towards and paying attention to, and like if I can ever get my hands on minis or samples, like y'all know I'm gonna snatch it up. The 4th brand that excites me is I think the most affordable of all the ones that I'm going to talk about, although I guess it has gotten a little more expensive now that they've moved from Ulta to Sephora, but they're still more reasonably priced than like Herbivore or Drunk Elephant, for sure. So that brand is Skinfix, and I feel like Skinfix is one of the most underrated brands, like underrated skincare brands in the beauty market right now. Their products are so good, and I feel like their price point is very reasonable comparatively speaking, and I feel like nobody really talks about them. Like I have a few blogger friends that I know receive PR from the brand, so I do see them talking about their products, but like in the community at large, I feel like they're pretty ignored, and they really shouldn't be because they make some great stuff. My favorite product from them is their foaming clay cleanser. If you have oily skin, you need that in your life. It is so amazing. I feel like it makes your skin feel so clean and detoxified, but soft and like nourished. It's not stripping at all. It's super gentle. It's like perfectly balanced. It's just, and it smells like cucumbers. Like it's delicious. Unfortunately, right now, you cannot buy the foaming clay cleanser because they're in the middle of a rebrand. So as I said, Skinfix is moving right now into Sephora stores, and they're like completely revamping their entire line, their packaging, everything. As far as I know, they're keeping a lot of the formulations the same, and then they're kind of like slowly rolling everything out over the course of the year as they repackage everything. So right now their like most popular best-selling products are available at Sephora, but some of the other ones will be coming later this year. So right now the foaming oil cleanser you can get your hands on, just not the foaming clay. The oil one I like, I think it's good. I think it would be even better for a person with normal to dry skin. It's just something about the clay one I think is just, oh, it's awesome. So yeah, when it comes to things that excite me, I feel like Skin Fix is a brand that I trust, and I really get excited to see what they're coming up with. Now, they are not a green brand, and they don't call themselves such, but all of their formulations are designed with sensitive skin and problematic skin in mind. So they have a lot of things geared towards people with eczema and psoriasis. All of their products have no fragrances in them, no synthetic coloring. They basically try to minimize any of the ingredients that most likely cause allergic reactions and skin issues. So if you're someone that is sensitive to essential oils and even things like, when you hear plant-based, not all plant-based is necessarily good. If you have very sensitive skin, there may be some plant-based ingredients that will actually cause you an allergic reaction and be more likely to break you out. So ultimately, you're gonna know your skin best and what works best for you. I'm pretty fortunate that my skin is not too finicky with that kind of stuff, but I just really applaud Skin Fix for going that route, because so many brands are going more green, and I feel like if that's not your jam and you can't really do all the plant-based stuff, they're an excellent alternative. I haven't tried, again, anything from their brand that I have disliked or thought was a bad product, so would definitely recommend you guys check them out if you have super sensitive, problematic skin. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do this year now that they're in Sephora and what new launches they come up with. Finally, the last skincare brand that excites me is Glow Recipe. Now, you cannot deny that Glow Recipe has the cutest freaking aesthetic. All of their packaging, all of their products, again, they're kind of pastel, different colors, and cute little glass bottles. Everything is just very appealing looking. They are more of a K-beauty influenced brand, so I feel like they have products geared towards that glass skin trend. Definitely a more trendy vibe overall, but I have enjoyed what I've tried from them so far. I have their Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I've also tried the Sleeping Mask, and they both, they smell freaking delicious. The moisturizer, actually, I've just started using again because in the winter, I kind of wanted something a little bit more rich while my skin was more normal to combination instead of so oily. But now that it's hot as heck again outside, I'm all right, I need something super lightweight, and that one really is. It almost feels like a watery gel type texture. But as for the brand as a whole, again, I think they're really cute. I think they're fun. They don't have an extensive line of products just yet. They're still kind of more new and up and coming, but I think they've been pacing their launches really well, giving their customers time to kind of enjoy each launch as it comes. So I don't know, I'm excited to see what else they come up with. They just launched that pineapple serum that was super cute. I haven't tried their blueberry bounce cleanser. I think that was actually one of their first products they ever came out with, but I know Lauren May Beauty has really been raving about it and she loves it, so I trust her opinion. I feel like they would probably be good. So I cannot lie, Glow Recipe is totally a brand that excites me. I have my eye on them. I want to know what they're gonna launch. I want to try more of their products. And I'm excited that they seem to be doing well. They're getting a little bit more established in Sephora because now they're having more minis available. They're having more samples available, which means if I don't want to shell out all the money on all the full-size stuff, I'll be able to do that. So that excites me as well. And now on to the 5 brands that excite me the least, that I'm not into, that I'm just nope, no, thank you. Now, if you love any of these brands, please do not take offense at what I'm about to say, because this is entirely a personal preference thing. I have tried products from 4 out of the 5 brands I'm about to talk about. One of them I have not tried before, so I cannot speak at all to the performance of the products. It's just that for various reasons, which I'm about to get into, I personally have no desire to shop from these brands or continue to use these brands, so it's just a me thing. You do you. If you like them, that is great. So brand number 1 that does not excite me is Kate Somerville. And I have a little story time when it comes to Kate Somerville and why I refuse to use any of her products. So many moons ago, like years ago at this point, I had received a sample of a Kate Somerville moisturizer with like a Sephora purchase, like just one of those little foil packet samples, and I was all excited about it because Kate Somerville, it's a high-end brand. At the time I was like just starting blogging, just really getting into beauty, skincare, reviewing products, so I was like, ooh, it's a high-end product, I really want to try it out. Super excited. All right, so I put this little moisturizer on my face at bedtime, go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, I use the rest of my little foil packet, and I go about my day. And the next morning, I wake up and my face is completely covered in hives. Now, I know I've mentioned to you guys, like, I have seasonal allergies, like I'm allergic to everything in the air, but when it comes to like contact dermatitis and like topical allergens, I have only a few times in my life ever experienced hives on my skin. Like, I'm wicked allergic to poison ivy, and maybe like one other time I had some like weird freak hive thing when I had mono that I still don't understand what really happened there. But like when it comes to lotions, creams, etc., like I'll sometimes after a couple weeks of regular use start to notice little bumps and stuff, like with chemical sunscreen. That's why I don't really use that anymore. But no, this was like full on beet red, big bumps, like covered in hives, my whole face. So it was clear that it was the moisturizer, and I actually did a patch test. Like, I fished the little sample out of my trash and like kind of scraped out whatever was left in the sample, and I put some on my forearm and left it on there for like the rest of the day, and sure enough, I had hives all up on my wrist, and I was like, well, all right, there is something in this formula I am definitely allergic to. Now, I don't know if it was like something went off in the sample, if there was like a mold in there or something, because I am very allergic to mold, or maybe it was some kind of ingredient. There was like plant algae or something, so maybe I was allergic to the algae. I don't know what it was, but it freaked me out, and I basically have been like terrified of Kate Somerville ever since. Maybe just because like I couldn't pinpoint what it was in the formula that I was allergic to, so I like know that it could potentially be in any of her other products, and I honestly don't even remember what the product was. I think it was her oil-free moisturizer that I had the reaction to, so I have no freaking clue. But considering how many other high-end skincare brands there are out there in the world, like, I don't need to use Kate Somerville. I have a plethora of other options. So Kate Somerville is a brand that I'm not that interested in, that I just got freaked out with, and I'm kind of like, I'm over it. So I've heard great things though. I know so many people love Exfoliate and think it's like the greatest thing ever. I don't know, I'm just too spooked. That really sucked. It was itchy, it was terrible. I had to use a steroid cream to like make my face normal again. It was not a good situation, but yeah, I survived. I moved on, and just gonna say no to Kate Somerville, probably for the rest of forever. The second brand that doesn't excite me is the one that I haven't tried, and that brand is Kopari. Now, I know Kopari is a new up-and-coming brand. A lot of people are super into it, and their whole big thing is that they are like coconut oil based. And I have nothing against coconut oil. I think that it's a great ingredient for a number of different uses. But I have noticed with my particular skin, using it on my face, especially in like high percentages, will clog my pores and cause me to have breakouts. So I personally don't really like super heavy coconut oil infused stuff. And that's why I've just kind of steered clear of Kopari. Like, again, they're kind of pricey. Their like aesthetic is cute. I don't know. For whatever reason, I kind of just felt like, you know what? I don't need it. Again, there are these other brands that interest me a lot more. So if I had the choice between purchasing a Kopari product and any of the 5 brands I mentioned that excite me, like, I would 100% of the time choose one of those 5 brands over the Kopari product. The third brand that doesn't excite me, this one kind of gets to me because there was, again, a time in my life where I was like, ooh, this brand's really interesting. I've heard so many things about this brand, and I was like all excited to try it. But then as I kind of like got to know the brand more, the less I like trusted it and was into it, and I just felt kind of like, I don't know, mildly betrayed, if you will. And that brand is Origins. So Origins is one of those brands that I've heard of the term greenwashing before. Essentially, the idea being that it's a brand that it presents itself as being green that's actually not really green when you look at their labels. So Origins, like, you know, they have the tree in their logo, and they have lines that they say things like plantscription. So you get the feeling like you're using a clean or green skincare brand, and they're really not, which honestly, like, there's nothing wrong, I feel like, with having some synthetic chemicals in your skincare. Like, a lot of them are safe. Sometimes, again, they may be less likely to cause an allergic reaction than a plant-based, you know, like essential oil, like extract, etc. I just think my beef is that people that shop Origins maybe just feel like they're buying a product that isn't exactly as it's being marketed. You know what I mean? And to be honest, like, I have never fallen in love with an Origins product. I've tried a lot from the brand over the years, and like their Checks and Balances face wash I found to be incredibly drying on the skin. Like, nothing I've tried I felt like has ever really improved my skin. If anything, I feel like it's kind of like screwed it up more, and I attribute that to the kinds of ingredients that they're using. And I feel like it's a lot of marketing and not a lot of substance. And I don't know. I know a lot of people love their stuff, and if it works for you, that's great. I don't know. I'm just really not into it. Also, they're not cruelty-free because they are sold in China, as far as I know. So by the cruelty-free community at large, Origins is not considered a cruelty-free company. And because, again, they have that very, like, plant-based marketing that makes them seem green and eco-friendly, I think a lot of consumers think that they're cruelty-free and are actually misled to believe that. So that's my beef with Origins. I'm just not really into it. I'm not really excited about it. Could kind of just pass over it and be fine. Brand number 4 is another one that I'm just really not into because of, again, like an ethical thing, and that is Sunday Riley. So Sunday Riley is extremely expensive, and I feel like part of what draws a lot of people to Sunday Riley is the fact that it's like, ooh, it's got this super uber luxury price point. People automatically assume that means their products are really good. They use really high quality ingredients, and they do market their products as having some more natural ingredients in them, but there's also a lot of synthetic stuff and fillers and whatnot in there. So like, you want to be careful and like really look at the labels of stuff before you buy it to know exactly what you're getting, and don't just assume based on the marketing alone. So aside from the fact that I feel like the more I've tried Sunday Riley products and like really looked into them, the more I've been like, I don't think these are as good as they're marketed to be. And like, for the price, I feel like I would much prefer Drunk Elephant over Sunday Riley. Like, if I had the choice and I was gonna spend the money, I feel like at least Drunk Elephant products, I feel like I know what I'm getting in there is like potent and will, you know, like actually work. But I think what put the nail in the coffin for me with Sunday Riley is the scandal that went around recently about how the company asks their employees to create fake accounts on websites like Sephora's and then leave false positive reviews for their products. Now, apparently this is a thing that happens in the beauty community at large, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised because a positive review means a lot in today's day and age. And before influencers were really a thing, I mean, and even still now, people use online reviews on sites like Sephora's to help decide whether or not they're going to buy a product. So you're trusting that you're getting honest feedback from regular people just like you on whether or not a product's any good. And if you missed the scandal, basically someone that previously worked for the company leaked a series of emails from the company going in so far as to like how to create a false profile and like making sure that the person reviewed other products from other brands so that it wouldn't get flagged as being like a fake, making sure the employees go in and look at negative reviews and then tailor positive reviews saying the exact opposite of what people said that left negative feedback. Like, the whole thing was super shady and very unethical, and it's all designed just to get your money at the end of the day and give you an impression that the product is good when it's not. So like, I felt really not okay with that. Not to mention the fact that like, I have purchased one Sunday Riley product before. I got their Martian toner, and I ended up giving that away to somebody else because I noticed after using it for maybe like 3-4 weeks, I was starting to break out from it. So there was something in there that my skin didn't agree with. But again, I don't know, I don't think they're all they're cracked up to be. I don't like the fact that they're trying to, I don't know, like lie to their customers essentially. Like if you really believe in your product and you think it's good, people will leave you positive reviews. Like you'll build a name for yourself. You don't have to go out there and like fake it, you know what I mean? And finally, the last skincare brand that I am not excited by is Philosophy. And again, this was one of those brands when I first basically like got into beauty, got into makeup and stuff. I had heard so much about Philosophy. Their shower gels that have the little recipes on the bottles. Oh my God, I thought they were like the best thing ever. And I wanted to try everything from the brand. I really had this very high opinion of them, but it was 100% based on like what I'd heard from other people and not from my own experience. And what I found is that once I actually like went and tried their products, they weren't really that special. I feel like they're kind of overpriced for what they are. I had this giant bottle of the Purity Made Simple face wash because again, so many people rave about it. It's like their favorite face wash ever. And I didn't really ever fall in love with it. I didn't think that it was bad as a face wash, but it just wasn't anything, I don't know, that I ever felt was super special or did anything really amazing for my skin. So I actually ended up using it to wash my makeup brushes, and I just emptied it like within the last week. So it's lasted me a long time for that purpose, and I'm glad that it didn't go to waste in the end. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like Philosophy is one of those brands also we don't really hear very much about anymore. Do we often never really hear anything about Philosophy? Like they must occasionally send out PR, and like I see their products advertised in like Sephora catalogs, etc., but I don't hear a lot of hype. Like when was the last time Philosophy launched something new and a bunch of people were like, oh my God, this is my favorite new blah 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 blah, you know? So yeah, I just feel like the spell has been broken for me with Philosophy. Like whatever high regard a younger me held for the brand, like it was entirely just based on marketing, advertising, seeing it in Sephora and just knowing that it was like a luxury brand. I feel like a younger and more naive me basically saw any brand that was expensive and just assumed because it was expensive it was good, but older me has learned that is so not the case. So yeah, those are the 5 brands that do not excite me and the 5 brands that totally do. I would love to hear your answers to this tag as well, so definitely leave a comment down below and let me know when it comes to skincare. What brands do you love most? What excites you? And what are you just like totally not into? What could you just pass over and be like, yep, nope, no thank you, I don't need it. And of course, if you've tried any products from these brands, if you've got recommendations for me, let me know. You know I love hearing from you guys. I've got like a little list going now. Anytime you guys leave a comment and recommend a product to me, I'm writing it down so that I don't forget. And as always, if you're new and you want to see more videos from me and hear more of my thoughts, recommendations, etc. in the future, I hope you will consider subscribing, coming back, and hanging out with me again. Alright guys, so on that note, I'm gonna let you go, but I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.